Hey, my lovely, lovely, wonderful people, a pleasant afternoon or evening now to you all. Lovely people, listen to me now and listen to me keenly and carefully, please. Because I too have been guilty of this. And, I basically repent. You see, when you see people in general, by and large, not necessarily every single proprietor, not every single, business owner, but majority of the majority. Listen, when you see their prices, do not dispute it. I can tell you first hand, not secondary information only, not third hand information solely, but first hand experiences. Let me pluralize it for you to understand why people have to put their prices. Now, for you to buy and sell, somebody, a business person was saying you need to make at least 35% of the value of the goods profit. Okay, so whatever, for example, if you're selling something for $10, you need to make at least 35% for it to make sense, because you need to get enough profit where you can replenish your goods and benefit, have money, that you can invest so that you make your business boom, because anything less than that probably makes no sense unless you have a plethora, a multiplicity of items and goods where you can sell and the profit margin is small, but because it's building up a lot, like what the Chinese will do, you will end up being in the same boat as somebody who is charging at the basic percentage, for example. Now, I can tell you, as I said, first-hand, not guessing spelling, not second-hand information solely, or third, and so on, where when they go and they collect their items from customs, let me tell you something, people. Whatever plans you had in terms of that 35%, you have to shed it and shred it. Sometimes you end up have to put it to 50, probably at 60, unfortunately. So you may say, oh my God, I went down the road and Mr. So-and-so is selling it for $10. Why are you selling it for 20? Let me tell you, Mr. So-and-so probably did some bandoolism. Probably did some bandoolism. He or she probably has some links with customs where I don't know what they do, but they somehow, because it's their friend, their auntie, their uncle, they get by without paying much or probably anything. Or they find a way to Jim Screech it into the country. Please understand, when I did not know, because I used to be one of them who cursed the people out and said them thief and them wicked, them evil, them cruel and them criminal, when them selling the things at this, when it is not worth that, because you're trying, And I need to interject here. Let me digress, but still on the same subject in a sense. Ridiculous people, silly people. How can you say to somebody, I see it online for $100. For example, let us say somebody's selling, they're selling something, and they sell it for a fairly reasonable amount. Let us say they sell it, they purchased it for $100, and they sell it for $135. Just calling a figure. How can you tell the person that I see it online for 100? Then you would expect them to, then what would be the purpose of doing the business if they're going to sell it back for the same 100? Are you ridiculous? So sometimes when you come to people with that, they should just either block you or just don't even respond to you, not at all. It may sound harsh, but it is, you know better. Are you trying to play some mind games on people? Or are you that silly, and are you being ridiculous, or you think you can trick people? So they must buy it for 100 and sell it back for 100. Just the two would have want to roll down a barrel or get some box cross on a jawbone, because I don't know what kind of ridiculous comment is that to say to somebody. I wouldn't even, probably somebody were to say that, I wouldn't even respond, probably, or they would not like my response. So let me get back to the matter at hand. Listen to me, people. Customs don't play. They don't. And when they tell you to open that barrel and they tell you to go from the top to the bottom, you say anything that they look like it is worthwhile to them, let me tell you, they're going to hit you with fees. They're going to, not a guess or a spell. I'm telling you, going to customs is probably, people can liken it onto going to public hospitals. You go from early AM to late PM, and you come out losing even more. You come out in your undies, your undergarments. You're going with your full set of clothing, apparel, and you come out with your, if you even come out with your in your undergarments. And you know, I'm using that analogy to say that you realize that you have lost, and you have no choice now but to revamp and do a restructuring of what it is that you would have started, what you would have sold your thing for. You no longer can sell it for 135. You have to sell it for 150 because you have to make back what customs took. They did an open heart surgery without your consent and permission. They just drag you and put you on the thing, their table, and say, we're going to do a surgery. So them come with all kinds of fees. People are not thief. And notwithstanding, I'm not saying that you don't have some tricksters, people who deal in dishonest weights and gains, as the Bible will liken it unto. Don't get me wrong. When they know that they didn't pay a lot of money because they have links, or the gym screech it, I don't know. Or them thief it. So them don't even have to sell it at no price because they never paid for it anyway. So them can get any amount of money and benefit because it was a gift to them or whatever it may be. We're not talking those. And those are not necessarily the majority. And then remember, you know, if you have a store or a bit, you have to pay overhead costs for the store. How are they going to live? They have no choice but to sell it at what? Sometimes maybe even $200. They have no choice because they have to benefit. Why would you go into business and not benefit? That makes no sense. You're living foolishly. You're living like an oaf, like a dolt. You'd be ridiculous and God would not be pleased because you're not maximizing, you're not bringing in any profit. You know, so when you tell people that you can go there and buy it then, because additionally, if you even see something online for $100, you and I both know you're not paying the exact 100. The taxes are going to be included afterwards, and then you're going to have the shipping cost. Unless you can find somebody who is coming to Jamaica to bring it in for you. And those are usually 1, 2, 2. You can't have a plethora of things and have people bringing it in for you, generally. So don't come with your ridiculous argument about you seeing it for $100. Stop it. It is wrong what you're doing, because you would not want somebody to sabotage and to manipulate your business like that. So when you see people selling something for, if even this man sell it for this, you don't know what this man paid. You don't know what this man paid. Because you do have the honest people out there, and they go through, and when they say, I don't believe this. I know of this firsthand. And obviously it means that I've been to customs and dealing with things. And I said, my God, this is crazy. How do small businesses really survive in this country? Successfully, comprehensively. It's almost like the system it wants to force them into bandulism, but I come against that in Jesus' name. It's as though they want to force them into that. And bandulism doesn't mean you have to literally go into a bank and rob it, where you sell prices way out of whack. And we know we have the greedy people, which I spoke about earlier. But let me tell you, people, don't go into any combative arguments with people on their price. They tell you it's $10. Either you pay for it or you leave it. Don't say, you're too thief, you're too expensive. No, they're not. You don't know what they go through when they go to customs. I'm not asking that. I am telling you because of notice I said first-hand experiences. I will not argue with a business person. Again, when they tell me the price is this, not even for her fees, I say, wow, you know? No, because I don't know. Trust me. And a number of small business people have experienced that. Don't argue with them. Pay the money or you find it elsewhere. And if they're quality, it is worth it, because you don't want the cheapest to become the dearest. As I said, the cheapest become the most expensive, because you're going to have to replace it when it's too cheap. Anyway, guys, you know what to do. Read TikTok and YouTube. subscribe, give me one of those lions, and you can